Yeah, that's fine.
All right, guys, we're a little bit past the 30-minute mark, but that's okay. Welcome to Whale Coin Talk. Today we have a really exciting project, Sphynx Labs. There's a lot to cover, so I want to get right into it. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the project, could you go ahead and give me a little bit about your background in crypto?
How is everyone? Thanks for having us as well in this AMA. So my name is Lonzo. Me and B started this journey quite a while now, since June last year. We kind of manifested what we've put together now. Before that, my background is in audit risk. So I was working as a senior manager at the Big Four, PwC, for about 7 years. Um, and since 2017, I got into crypto, and I kind of haven't really looked back. I got into development close to like 20 months now, or so. And I met B in one of the whale groups that we were in. We started getting involved in more projects as advisors, and kind of, you know, had our own conversations about how we would kind of do things differently. And then, you know, we kind of just got along, and one night I kind of put this whole vision together and called him up like 3 in the morning and told him I think we found what the space is missing, and that's kind of what we've built with Sphynx. So I'll let B share his kind of background and everything now.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I go by B. I've been in the space since late 2017. And, it was around the time where, the first big, I guess, Bitcoin pump, and crypto was really new to most people. So really just got involved with, I guess, larger cap coins. I was lucky enough that I had a few friends who dabbled with ICOs and things like that, and just stayed around in the space, learned more about, the value proposition of crypto and why it was the future, and how to assess projects. And so was it more on the traditional side of DeFi until early last year, when I got invited to some groups, mutual groups with Lonzo. And, yeah, like you said, just being invited to advise on some of the same projects. We opened a dialogue and realized we had similar views on a lot of things, and put our heads together on Sphynx, and here we are today. But outside of crypto, I'm licensed as an attorney and practiced for a little over a year until I realized I'm what's called psychologically unemployable. I hate, being told how to allocate my time and what to do, and how to conduct myself by people that I generally feel am more intelligent and talented than. And so I just went into business for myself, and now no longer practice as much, mostly just for friends and family. But I own a couple of other businesses outside of the space. And so, yeah, that's my background. And now we're here with Sphynx.
That's awesome, man. I think a lot of entrepreneurs in crypto and even outside of crypto can relate that sentiment. So it's very cool to hear you describe it that way.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, let's jump into Sphynx. Let's talk about Sphynx at a very high level. What is it? And then we can go into each of the individual services you guys offer and talk about those as well.
The answer to that is Sphynx is everything. And when I say everything, we literally mean everything. We've built everything from the ground up, in terms of having a complete decentralized exchange. So we have our own router. Our router is actually listed on CoinMarketCap. So tokens that launch on our router can actually be tracked on CoinMarketCap, similar to Pancake. But the difference with our view on crypto is, I look at crypto as a space that should give you access to everything. and that's essentially what we have. We can send money instantly. We can do whatever. So I haven't restricted it in terms of its accessibility. So our platform gives you access to our router, but also gives you access to everything that's listed on PancakeSwap. And this goes back to when I say everything. So we're actually cross-chain. So currently we're on our whole operation runs on the Binance chain and the Ethereum chain, and we've just finalized our third chain, which we'll be rolling out either probably early next week. So the idea is to go across all the chains, but have access to everything within that chain. So you basically can do anything and everything from our platform. So we have our swap, we have our own charting tool, we have our own staking platform, our own farming platform. With that as well, we've started to bring on projects where they can actually stake their tokens on our platform. So similar how you'd have it on PancakeSwap or whatever, but what we provide is it's much cheaper, and we actually support the project. So every project that comes onto our platform, their project is basically being exposed to all the pools that are on our platform. So every time that someone would come that's staking another project, they would see, oh, look, here's a new pool. Let me look into this project. So we've created like a new place where people can trade, but still have access to everything that they normally would trade. So with that as well, we also have our own Launchpad. We've had a few successful pre-sales already. We've had White Paper, we've had Squidverse, we just had Lucky Pig, we've had a whole bunch, all filled. We've raised around close to $1 million on the Launchpad now. So again, with that as well, full functionality on Binance chain and the Ethereum chain, and the third chain that we'll be rolling out next week. So with that, it doesn't stop there. We also created our own wallet extension, and one of the big things that we've kind of separated ourselves from the rest of the swaps and everything is we've actually built our own mobile application. And with that, it's not just like a MetaMask or a Trust Wallet where you're actually going in and typing in a URL. Everything is actually built inside the actual application. So you'll be able to trade again across the multiple chains, charts, stake, farm, even into pre-sales, deploy pre-sales, the bridge as well. I haven't touched up on the bridge as well. So we have a bridge from the Binance and Ethereum side. So everything that we've actually built represents one supply of tokens. So everything runs off one supply, and all the ecosystem drives back to our actual token. So the fees that we generate as well, we actually like from the ecosystem. So other than your normal gas fees, your normal swap fees, staking fees, whatever fees that we have, we actually pool it, and 50% gets redistributed back to the holders of the actual token, which is Sphynx. So we actually don't sell tokens to redistribute that, because all these fees are actually generated from either BNB or Ethereum. So as a holder, we view them as an actual shareholder of the actual business. You're not just, making money from how the token is doing. The more projects that we get on the pad, the more projects we get on farming and staking, the more transaction fees from the bridges and fees, the wallet fees, the app fees, everything is actually 50% gets given back to the holders. So it's a complete cycle that drives back to the actual token. So, for example, our Launchpad, we don't actually take the tokens for the projects. We actually give it back after 90 days. So that's one thing. Second thing, the BNB raised, 100% of that is actually used as buybacks. So again, drives back to the chart. When pools come and join our ecosystem and want to have staking on our platform, again, the fees that they pay, a percentage of that goes to the swap fees, like the fees that gets redistributed to the holders, as well as a percentage goes back to the actual buyback. So everything connects again to the actual token. So our let's say our business model isn't just relying on one thing to just consistently do well, because a trading cycle has cycles. Some things go up while other things go down, and then vice versa. Everything goes in cycles. So how we've actually captured everything is when one thing is down, we know that there's other things in our ecosystem that will keep driving and sustaining our actual price. So that's kind of like the big overview of Sphynx. But obviously, when you jump on and then you see, it's a complete platform, easy to use. um, Everything is kind of just there in front of you. You have, all the things that you would require as a trader, whether that you're new or whether you're a seasoned trader. Everything's been simplified and made easy to use. So you spend more time trading rather than sitting there fiddling, trying to figure out, am I on the right chain? Have I connected it correctly? And so on. So experience doesn't change regardless of the chain you're on. So someone new coming into crypto, we know that the onboarding and telling them, there's MetaMask, there's PooCoin, there's Dex tools, there's Uniswap, there's SpookySwap, all these, it for someone new, it's overwhelming. So we've brought everything again in one place that gives you access to literally everything. So that's kind of the big overview of Sphynx.
Very cool. And you mentioned you have your own router, and I was a little confused about, does SwingSwap plan on being its own native DEX with its own with its own liquidity, or are you also pulling from AMAs like PancakeSwap and Uniswap in the beginning?
Both. So we launched with both, man. So we launched with our own router. So we've got liquidity on Sphynx and we've got liquidity on PancakeSwap. So the actual router, if you go on CoinMarketCap, if you search up Sphynx, you'll see Sphynx Swap as an actual DEX. It's listed as an actual decentralized exchange.
Great. And as for your Launchpad, how do you plan on differentiating between good and bad projects?
So we've got like a tiering system. So projects that basically fulfill 4 out of the 4 criteria, which is audit, utility, docs team, and a KYC, they get categorized as a gold project. So we bring them into our AMA, we introduce them to our community, and we help them push, because essentially these guys are ticking the boxes to try to do good in the space. So for people who come onto our pad, they can filter for the gold projects, silver projects, or bronze projects, and kind of make their own decision from there. Because at the end of the day, everything is decentralized, like to the point where even when you contribute as a pre-seller, the actual BNB is put in a contract. It's not sent to the person who actually deployed the pre-sale. So no chance of them just launching and just pulling their money or taking that 30% and not doing anything. Like, no chance. So we've made things easier but more secure as at the most that we can do from a decentralized point of view. Because at the end of the day, like, there's 100 pre-sales that happen, like, I don't know, on Pink Sale there's probably like 50 to 100 pre-sales a day, DX X amount. The idea is it's not just quantity, like you don't want to be sitting there all day just maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one. So by categorizing them and like trying to call out the ones that have, let's say, the things that you would look for as an investor, we call them out immediately. So it makes you, even for someone new coming into crypto, like, all right, cool, these guys are silver, so maybe I need to wait, maybe ask some questions, this, so rather than every project that just launches, it's like you just have to go and kind of do your own research. So we've made things a bit clearer, but also at the end of the day, we've tried to protect our investors at the same time. So because again, decentralized, it's not going to a wallet that the deployer is creating, you can't snipe it. So that's the other thing. So there's a lot of people that were complaining about Squidverse, how they tried to snipe or they tried to send to the wallet and it wasn't working and super mad. And I'm just like, well, that's the point. You know, you're not meant to snipe it. The whole point is to protect the pre-sale because, like, that's the idea. You know, it's not just to benefit you. We want to benefit everybody because, you know, we want more people to win, not just a few people to win. So that's kind of like some of the key differentiators between us and other launchpads. But ultimately, again, we don't take tokens, which is, you know, we know everything that happens with the other launchpads. I don't need to, you know, call it out. And secondly, the fees. We're like, you know, close to being free. And they know that the BNB raised from their own community is helping our project by going back into a buyback. So that's kind of like I would say the key differentiators.
Great. And obviously offering 50% of the ecosystem fees is quite lucrative. I know that with Trader Joe at the beginning, the fees, the distribution fees were pretty high. And even with SushiSwap in the beginning, you could make quite a bit staking. Is this 50% fixed or is it going to change over time? Can it go down or up?
So it's fixed because that's how I view the whole thing. You know, like when you invest, you're investing in the company. You're not just investing in just what the chart looks like. You know, you're investing in what we're actually building. You know, so that's nothing that, you know, we plan to change or anything because that's really the idea of, you know, the whole business, if you know what I mean.
I understand. And looking here at the interface, it's very clean. It seems pretty fast. I know I haven't messed with it too much, but you know, it seems quite user friendly and inviting. With that said, you have some big competition as far as decentralized exchanges go. I'm curious to know what are some key differentiating factors between your DEX and DEX like PancakeSwap or Uniswap. I mean, obviously I can see it here at first glance, but I'm asking more for our community.
Yeah.
And secondly, what are some major marketing strategies you're using to articulate these differences and grab some of the big crypto user base and get them using your platform?
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, what we have right now, you know, the people that are in crypto is only, it's a small percentage of who's not in crypto. And the big challenge when we started this journey was there's just too much going on. You know, when you come, you know, for someone who's never bought crypto before, you cannot just send them a contract address and be like, go buy this. You can't. Like, the onboarding is too much. So with what we've built and, you know, how we've created everything, if you were to say, hey, go download this wallet and buy this, that already would eliminate, you know, 20 questions that you would have, rather than download MetaMask, add the network address, buy some BNB, send some BNB, enter the contract address in PancakeSwap, go to PooCoin to see how the chart's doing. So that's like 6 steps. If you just say download this, buy this, you've reduced it to already 2 steps. So you've already eliminated over nearly 70% of the whole process. So bringing on people is going to be, you know, somewhat easier by pushing our actual product. So by having a mobile application that people can just download from an app store is way more accessible than me having to go get this promoter who hopefully will get, or let's just say his people, to maybe download it and not really have any idea what's going on. It's totally different because once we're on the app store and people can just download us and that's your wallet, you're not really gonna start switching from then on, especially if it's easy, simple to use, and you've got access to everything. Like, you can download the other ones, but this will always be, let's somewhat be your first and your original one. So it's a whole different ball game compared to what Pancake can offer. Like, Pancake doesn't offer you, you have to do this whole journey before you can use them. We don't have that. Our journey starts with us and it continues with us. So that's kind of like our strategy to go to the masses, and that's really what we're targeting. We're not just targeting the current people in the space or whatnot, because we want projects to come onto our platform and showcase their projects. So by giving accessibility to so many more people, and again, it's not just access to our router or Pancake, like it gives everything, like I said. So the people that you target is endless. I'm not just targeting the BSC community. I'm not just targeting this community. I'm targeting everybody. So listen, I'm not saying it's easier, but I'm saying when you're throwing bait, you're gonna get more people that are gonna bite from different angles. And because the whole system works as one, regardless of where the people are coming from, you as the holder are benefiting. And that's the whole idea.
Right. Your value proposition is, hey, we want to make this as seamless as possible. And by doing that, we're going to lower the barrier to entry for so many people that are still not in the crypto space yet.
Exactly.
If you don't mind, let's go through an example. I'm in crypto plebe. My name is Noah. I've never done anything like this before, but I see a coin that I want to buy. Let's call it Shiba for sake of the argument. Yeah. I don't want to show any micro caps here, but I want to buy Shiba. At this point, no one really knows about it. I can't find it on Coinbase. I can't find it on Gemini. It's only on BSC. I don't even know what BSC is. All my friends are talking about Ethereum. So I'm Noah from point A to from start to finish. How do I go about buying this token through your protocol?
So the first question would be, do you have money already, or are you wanting to buy money first?
Yep, I have money in my bank account. Dollars.
So in your bank, you don't have any crypto?
Nope, no crypto.
Cool. So exactly, with the mobile application, you can buy directly crypto using your credit card. And from there, you're going to get the BNB already in your wallet. So from there, boom, BNB is already in your wallet. You search for the token. If it's on PancakeSwap, you can search it directly through the swap or through the charts. And then, boom, you can buy.
Beautiful. That's all I wanted to hear. And it's great. I mean, really, it doesn't need to be a long explanation.
If you want, I'll take it even another level of simplicity.
Sure.
The idea is to be basically a centralized, but without being centralized. So the idea is all these projects are going to be basically launching. So like on our platform, and they'll all be available through an application. That's the idea, but without being centralized. So you're going to have all these like micro caps, whatever caps, but accessible through an app. It's not through just blockchain directly through a DAB like that. It's directly through a mobile application, Android, iOS, whatever you got. So as well. So there's another layer of security, because you're not just typing in a URL. So you've already stripped jumping on the internet from that sense. So everything is encoded directly in the actual application.
Understood. And so is the Sphynx wallet exclusively a Android and iOS app, or is it also a web browser plugin the way MetaMask is?
Both. So we got the mobile application will be your wallet, like say on a thing, but we also have our desktop extension.
Do you want to show some of the video, bro, so they can see what you're talking about?
Yeah, I would love to see it. Yeah, sure.
I'll post the video in the whale chat, I think.
Certainly. And as for the Sphynx wallet, is it AES encrypted, or do you plan on being AES encrypted?
We plan to be AES encrypted.
Okay, very cool. Because I guess a lot of times people come in with I'm not going to say MetaMask killer, but competitors of MetaMask. And my question is, how do you guys plan on competing with the likes of MetaMask? And I'll give you an example. Right now, MetaMask is the go-to web browser wallet for connecting the DeFi protocol.
It's the best wallet. I don't care. What they've actually built is amazing, but there's still room for improvement. That's
right.
So the idea is for someone new coming into crypto, one of the big obstacles that they have is you have to add the networks.
You have to you have to add the BSC network or the Phantom network. I understand.
Correct. For someone new coming in, what the hell does that mean?
Completely agree with you there. I'm wholeheartedly on your side in regard to making things seamless, and I do believe that once projects like you lower the barrier to entry, you will have a flood of new investors coming into the crypto space. Now, with that said, I am curious to know what your plans are in making your browser plugin compatible with the hundreds of DeFi applications that exclusively work with only MetaMask and sometimes Brave Wallet, sometimes not even Brave.
Yeah, it's just being onboarded to that Wallet Connect. So it's a process, but we're already in that. So it's basically you got to earn your stripes. It's not I'm the best here it is. It's just how. So when you connect, so you have basically Wallet Connect that comes up or MetaMask. So that Wallet Connect is an actual API. So we basically will get integrated into the Wallet Connect option. So when you click on that, you get like like all these wallets that come up, and
right.
then from there you just basically earn your way up, and then the more users you have, the higher your ranking is.
Understood. So here, for example, for the audience listening, when I open Connect Wallet on the Sphynx site, you have MetaMask, Wallet Connect. I meant Trust Wallet, not Brave Wallet. Trust Wallet, Math Wallet. You have all these wallets, and based on the number of transactions, I'm assuming the number of users using it daily,
Correct.
You are pushed up to the top of the list.
Correct.
Got it. Understood. Okay, let's talk tokenomics. Tell us about your tokenomics.
11% buy sell. So 1% auto burn and 5% development, 5% marketing.
And there's 1% that goes to lottery. Am I correct?
No, so we had it as lottery first, but then we changed it to just go as an auto burn. So our lottery is just run on people buying now. So we found like, because our API is nice, like we've sustained it, around like 200-300 for quite a while now. So the auto burn helps us to keep sustaining the price, and obviously the volume helps us as well, and the other functionalities that we have for burns. So there's our buyback is a burn, so we burnt already, like I think just from the buyback maybe like 1 or 2%. We've burnt a whole bunch just from just the reward, and that's the only key change that we kind of had with our tokenomics.
Understood. So no lottery tax. Got it. What does the 14-day vetting on private sale look like? And give us more details about your private sale as well, please.
Yes. Yeah. So the private sale was when we launched. So it's been months since the private sale. So we're like, I would say, rolling out to the masses phase. So we've built everything over the space of like around, since we went live 3 months, 4 months maybe. And we originally just started with a swap and charts, and since then we've integrated everything. So things like the farming and the staking, onboarding other projects to do the farming and staking, the Launchpad, the lottery, and the bridge. So everything I just said built on 2 chains, not just one. So Binance, Ethereum, and we've just finalized our 3rd one that we'll be pushing out next week. So the vetting is already done. There's no tokens that we're holding that's anybody else's.
Got it. And I'm assuming the pre-sale is already done as well. So correct, you guys are live.
Correct, yeah.
Very cool.
We're live, and we got some big pushes coming just from with our wallet and our mobile application. So I'm gonna make this announcement anyway, whatever. So it's in our beta testing phase. So in about 24 hours, I've got over about nearly close to 1,000 people that are going to be doing our testing for us. So our wallet and our mobile application is just around the corner. We're hoping we can push it out later this month or early next month, with it being, pretty pristine and premium to the level that we want to roll it out in. So that's kind of like one of the announcements I wanted to make. And also, just a big, like one of the partnerships that we've been wanting to announce for quite a while has finally finalized. So we're in the process of basically editing. I'm pretty sure we finalized our PR article. We're just waiting for, I think, an image, and we'll be announcing that. So the idea with this partnership is they're going to be adding liquidity to our platform, and you'll be able to stake Sphynx and earn their token. But also they're going to be adding Sphynx to their platform, and their community and their investors will be able to stake their token and earn Sphynx. So B, you can probably go into more detail on who they are, and without saying their name, and just how much impact that this will have on where we're heading.
Yeah. So this project in particular, they're technically a DAO project. They're one of the larger DAOs. When they launched, they raised well into 9 figures in liquidity. And they still have 9 figures in liquidity today. They partnered with one of the more promising decentralized stables in the market right now. So when I say decentralized stable, like obviously we have Tether, we have USDC, but the thing with Tether specifically is Tether can be frozen, and USDC, I believe it is going to be regulated later on this year, and entities will be able to freeze that as well. So a decentralized stable is essentially a token that's pegged to $1, but it's done so algorithmically. Like DAI would be an example, Magic Internet Money would be an example, Frax would be an example. So this project, I believe, at the high point of their treasury, they had close to $300 million in their treasury. And, they recently formed an amazing partnership with Frax. If you guys know about Curve, they are getting integrated in the Curve ecosystem as well. So it's a really big project. It's a large market cap project, has an amazing community, diehard community. And the founders are a really intelligent group of guys. And so for us, it presents a great opportunity. We've been chatting with them to set this up for the last 6 to 8 weeks now. And, we literally just have to finalize an article and get the announcement out, and we'll be good to go. So it's great exposure for us. It's a great, it's a great exposure to us to more serious investors in the space. I mean, maybe serious isn't the best word. Maybe, more seasoned, or individuals with, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can't even say larger portfolios, but more traditionally embedded in the DeFi side of the space. So we're hugely excited about it. And once you guys see who it is we're going to be working with, I think you all will be as well.
Yeah. Well, first things first, I'm a big fan of both MIM, Abracadabra Money, and Frax as well. I think decentralized stablecoins and over-collateralized stablecoins backed by decentralized yield-bearing assets are the future. So I'd be very excited if it was either of those two protocols. I'll share a little, not to go on a tangent here, but I'll share a little dirty secret with you. MakerDAO says that DAI is decentralized, but DAI is also honestly just like half of it is wrapped USDC.
It's backed by USDC. Yeah.
But anyway, I think I really wish that we could know what the partnership was, but I know you guys can't share that. So it still sounds very exciting. I think either of those would be a really big partnership for you guys. With that, sorry. With that said, I wanted to ask a quick question about. I know I read the white paper and it says that there's no liquidity tax and there's no buy/burn tax. Can you just on a very high level explain to our audience why that is?
So with the liquidity tax or order liquidity, because it's a long-term project, and the way that BNB fluctuates, in the long run, you end up putting in more BNB than actual tokens. So you're losing tokens in the long run. So what we've essentially done is just manually created a buyback through our ecosystem. So that's really it. So it's the longevity of the project rather than the short period.
Got it. And so, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the mobile apps are not live yet. They'll be live very soon, correct?
Yes. So they're not live to the public, but I've got my beta testing group, and I'll be giving it to them to basically test out for a good amount of time, from basically 24 hours from now.
Understood. And will they, I know I asked this question before, but just to reiterate, will they be AES encrypted on launch, or is that going to take a little bit of time?
Hopefully by launch, man.
Got it. Very cool.
Like we've been building this since we began, because I think the misconception with projects and building devs is people think it's quite easy, and honestly it's not, especially when you're doing something fairly different. Like to have an actual dev working seamlessly well across two chains is quite a big feat. That's why you don't see it so common, because it's not easy and it takes a fair amount of time. You can't just fork here, there, this, and put it together. Like it doesn't work like that. So, yeah, man. Like we've been building it in the back for quite a long time. Like a lot of the stuff that we know takes a long time. We've started since the beginning, like from our back end to the wallet to the actual application, our NFT marketplace, our Sphynx TV. Like these things don't get built in 1 or 2 weeks. These take a lot of time, especially when you start integrating it with the blockchain. Like you got two different worlds that you're trying to merge together. So yeah, we plan to have it available by launch.
I'm over here smiling, man, because you guys are doing a lot here, and you're trying to build quite the paradigm shifting ecosystem. Oftentimes people in this space are very impatient and they want things now, and they don't realize that for building.
Not even now, bro. They want it yesterday.
They don't realize that for building something like this, I mean, forget 2 months. If you want to do it correctly and you want to have robust code and you want it to be bug free, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I think a lot of investors 100%. In crypto don't realize that, and they don't want to wait out a couple years. My biggest bags in this space are the ones that I've held over the last 2 to 4 years, not the ones that I bought a couple months ago. But keep doing your thing, man. You guys are doing a great job. Definitely go at your pace and keep building. I see here that eventually the devs want to. Have they already given up the contract to the master chef?
Yeah. So
okay.
Basically, the mint function is given to the master chef, but the rest of the functionalities, like our contract is audited by Certic. We've got a partnership with Certic as well. Nice. They basically, because originally we were going to have it that the whole contract goes given up to the master chef, but basically we put some governance around the functionalities that would require multi-sig to operate, but the mint function itself is controlled by the master chef. Yeah.
Got it. And on a high level, what does the master chef contract do?
It's just redistributes the mint tokens and redistributes it as rewards. So it controls our emission, basically.
Understood. And I do understand that you guys want to expand to all EVM chains, even non-EVM chains, which is a huge feat. I think it's really exciting. You did mention that you're planning on launching the third chain soon. Is there any way you can share with us what that is?
I think most of the people know. It's kind of already on our Launchpad. So the third chain we'll be launching is Polygon. So
So
everything that
cool.
you currently, yeah. So currently, what you see, you'll be able to do exactly everything, but on the Matic chain.
Oh, it's so
Um,
exciting.
yeah. So again, this is just the beginning, man. Like you said, all EVM, non-EVM. Like people thought, like this is kind of out of reach, but our team is growing as well. Like our dev team, the people that are reaching out. Other projects, like this morning, I woke up. One of the big projects devs actually messaged me, wanted to kind of see where we can sync. So I know that people know us, and again, it's just about being patient and actually doing what we set out to do. We've actually done more than what we set out to do from the beginning. Some of the partnerships that we got, like one of the functionalities that we actually integrated recently was our stop loss and limit orders. So you actually can put limit orders and stop loss on meme coins, not just your normal. Yeah, again, just these little things, man. Like, and I'll emphasize. Remember what I said earlier. It's like a centralized exchange without being centralized. So everything that you would normally do on your Binance wallet or KuCoin, you'll be able to do directly from our wallet, but on a decentralized aspect. That honestly is going to be key. Like knowing that you can just go to bed knowing you're not going to get dumped on. I've already got messages. Some guys like, man, your 0.01 BNB saved me 15 BNB. Like getting messages like that is like, I'm doing my job good, man.
Right on,
So
man.
yeah.
Right on. Kudos. And guys, I would recommend you, audience, go to sphinxlabs.co and click buy Sphynx on either Ethereum or BSC, and you can see what a clean and accommodating user interface it is. I like it a lot. I like what you guys have built. Tell me about your plans for cross-chain trading. I think that sounds very interesting. Does that mean that a user can trade a token that they hold on their BSC wallet to a token that they hold on a Polygon wallet, or that token that's held on a Polygon wallet?
Yeah. So currently our bridge is built as BSC to Ethereum. And when we're rolling out basically from Polygon onwards, we'll be rolling out our multi-chain bridge. So to answer your question, yeah, exactly. You'll be able to just bridge across the different chains directly from the actual application or the dApp on the website. You don't have to sit there fiddling or whatever. And you can even experience trading for that chain, again, directly from our swap. So it's not jumping around this bridge website, this chain website, the other chain website. None of that. No more confusion. Nothing. Even little things like auto slippage is done for you, which is huge on the Ethereum side. Like a lot of people's transactions end up, paying gas and failing because their slippage is too low. Why are you wasting $200-300? Put an auto slippage and forget about it. You don't have to ever worry about it. Like because you were going to put in that slippage anyway. If I told you have to put in 30 to get in now, are you doing it? Yeah, but you didn't know it was 30. You put in 20. It's not going to go through. But the miners already took their money.
Touche, man. Touche. And just to clarify, the bridge is going to allow users to bridge any token from one chain to another as long as that token is compatible with both chains. Available.
Correct.
But you guys don't plan on offering something that allows users to trade, let's just say, Frax on Ethereum for BNB on Binance Smart Chain without first having the bridge to Frax over.
Yeah, so with that, we do have the functionality, but to do that, you need liquidity on both sides. So as we grow, we will just implement our own liquidity, and then this goes to our NFT holders. So our actual NFT holders on the Genesis side, So we sold about 2,000 of them. They actually get fees from the bridge. So all those fees that the bridge is going to generate are going to go back to our NFT holders. Not all, like I think it's like about 50% of the fees, but will go back to our NFT holders as well. So this again correlates to the whole ecosystem. Everything is connected. It's not just this is a standalone. This runs itself. None of that. When this is running, it's helping this, it's helping this, and it's helping this.
Understood. And I want to actually talk about the NFTs in a moment here, but before I do, I have another question about the Sphynx wallet. With the wallet, are your private keys stored natively on the wallet, or is it similar to MetaMask where it generates a public 24-word mnemonic phrase? You have to write that down, store it in a safe place. Yeah. How does that work? How does it? Yeah,
it's same structure like
same structure. MetaMask. Okay, great. And so I can take an existing wallet as well and put in the phrase and upload my wallet. Very cool.
Correct.
Do you guys plan on offering hardware wallet functionality sometime in the near future, specifically Trezor and Ledger, which are the two titans in that space?
100%, man. Like the whole idea is to, complete the whole system. So it's not like a key thing that we're pushing for, but it's something, again, we've just let a few, when people have time, jump on and work on it, because it's not something that's just going to get built in a few days or a few months. Like it takes time, and again, just connecting it to everything as well. So because of what we've built, everything that we've had to kind of build, we've had to look at it from the end. This is where we're going to be. How are we going to get there? We can't just build something and it's just going to work for now. It's got to work for them too. So that's why, like, the things that we've been developing, yes, it's taking a bit of time, but it's taking a bit of time now. It's not going to take as long as it would take if we did it quickly just to fulfill, like, now. It's not going to work like that. And I think that's kind of something that a lot of people are finding hard to wrap their heads around, because it's easy to just go make a swap. Go make it. Cool. But is it going to run on this chain? No. Is it going to run on this chain? No. Then I don't want it. Like, it's not going to work like that. You know what I mean? So
understood.
There's no blueprint. Like, and I keep saying there's no blueprint to be like, this is what they did, this is what we're going to do. It's not. It's like, okay, these guys did it this way. These guys did it this way. These guys did it this way. So now how are we going to make it all work together? Because they all did different things. You know what I mean? So it's challenging, but that's what's so exciting about it. Honestly, like everything that when people say, "Oh no, you can't do this," "Oh, that's too hard," that's the fire that drives us. When we originally started this, when I said, I want a swap where you can actually just click and choose basically whatever chain. Out of 10, I got 9 devs that told me to fuck off. They just, sorry for my language.
No, it's all good, man.
Like they just said, your dream is not possible. It's not possible. Until one guy was like, man, honestly, it's hard, but I think it's doable. And that's all we needed to hear. And honestly, we just haven't looked back from then, man.
I'll tell you what, it's impossible until someone does it. And you guys are navigating into uncharted territory, and you need a good team to do that. So I'm really curious to know the breakdown of your team. How many people do you have developing? How many people do you have on marketing? How many people like Doc do you have on the litigation side? Give me a quick breakdown and let me know if you guys are docs as well.
Yeah, we're fully docs, bro. Like, you go on Sphynx Labs, my LinkedIn, I'm on video. I presented at the World Blockchain Summit.
Wow.
These docs. But, yeah, like we're completely real, and we're trying to do real things. Like, we had an ad up on Burj Khalifa, like 1 or 2 weeks after launch.
That's amazing, man.
We were a sponsor as well at the World Blockchain Summit. I spoke twice at the World Blockchain Summit. So I was on the panel of mass adoption, and actually one of the presentations was actually presenting Sphynx over there. So our team is big, man. Like, so 17 devs, not including myself. Our marketing team is all sorts. You know, we've got people on the ground. We've got an agency. Our team, like mods and stuff, we've got about 16 or 18, last I remember, between that range. And we've got people basically helping us grow our whole ecosystem. So we've got core channels, we've got people that, do marketing deals for other projects. But now that we offer all sorts of things, including, people can launch on our Launchpad, people can have a staking platform, staking pool on our platform, people can have a farming pool on our platform, people can actually list on our exchange. There's a whole bunch of offers available for nearly everybody. People from the community reach to other projects, telling them, use our Launchpad, don't use this Launchpad. Like, I'll say this today over what happened. So project launch today, and they had some project send them some dust tokens to their peer wallet when they were trying to add liquidity. They couldn't find them. They couldn't add liquidity. The dust tokens added some function, but that you can't add liquidity to this wallet. We're tracing the wallet. I'm just like, well, I don't know who sent you these tokens. And they're like, oh, I'm not gonna say the name, but like, oh, this Launchpad were reaching out to us for the last 2 days, and then they got really mad that we didn't go with them. So it's probably them. So it's what I look at that is like, people like know that we're actually making noise. Like, why are you threatened by a project that said launching on our Launchpad that didn't use our Launchpad? Use your Launchpad. And it's not the first time, man. There was another big project, Squid, just also launched on our Launchpad. Same thing. They gave them an ultimatum. When I originally wanted to launch, they gave me an ultimatum as well. I'm not gonna say their name because they don't deserve to be called, but everybody knows who they are. Like,
Sure.
It's that kind of, And again, like it's expected, because when you're doing something good, you're gonna have people, targeting you, and that's unfortunately the kind of space that we're in. There's more bad than good. Like, everybody knows that. So that's why when you find good, you get attached to it, because you're like, this is rare. I need a dose of it. So, and that's really what we're trying to do, man. Like, we're trying to actually do something good. Like, that's the reasons why we don't take tokens. That's why even the BNB raise, we actually help our investors. Not help us, actually helping our investors. Like,
right.
we want everybody to gain from this, not just one or two people, which is the way that most projects are set up. They're not set up for everybody to make money. No, like, they're giving up, contracts early to their friends and doing whatever. So they're benefiting some amount of people, but they're forgetting about all the others. And that's something that we're trying to change. Like, we don't want to promote that kind of, way of doing things. Like, yes, it may help, but in the long run, you're hurting rather than helping. So again, this isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen, in 1 or 2 months. It's just we just have to keep chipping at it. And that's really what we're doing. Every day, just 1%, 1%. And I always say this to my team, because even, right now we're reaching out to projects being like, you guys want to come, we offer this. That's good. This is now, but fast forward in 3 to 6 months, you're going to be like, sorry, we can't take you on, because people will just be coming to us because, they're going to see the benefits and value that we actually give them. We want them to win. Like, another example was a pool that's about to get created on our staking. They were like, so how does it work? How much % do you guys take per volume? And I was like, we take nothing, man. You guys get all the fees. You guys get everything. We just set it up for you, and you guys run with it. And he's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. He's like, man, this is unheard of. But that's really, like, to me, it's like, I would be like, why? I don't need to take volume from you. I'm just here to help you and your community. And by you choosing to put your pool with us, that's a win for me. Not your volume. That's the win for me and my community, because you're going to be bringing in, your community. You're going to see the value we're going to do it. And let's say the next time you do another project, you're more likely going to come to us. You know what I mean? It's not like we don't want to just gain now. We want to gain throughout. And that's really what we're trying to build here. There's zero greed. Like, we're genuinely wanting to help people and help other projects, which will indirectly help us.
Yeah, man. And I think that your actions speak louder than anything else. And it seems like you guys are doing just that. And when you're just, like you said, when you're just starting out and you're making waves the way you guys are already, there's always going to be FUD. There's always going to be people that are going to try to come and make noise. And I told my friends at Abracadabra a couple weeks ago the same thing. When it rains, it storms. You know, a little bit of FUD comes out, and everyone tries to pile it on. It means you guys are doing something right.
You've never seen before, but all these people pop out, all these heads pop out of nowhere, and you're like, where were you when we were pumping?
Certainly. And what I told the guys at Abracadabra is the same thing I'm going to tell you is, as long as you're building a good product that people are using with robust code, without bugs, and you're being transparent and honest, and your actions are showing that you care about the community and you care about the growth of crypto. I mean, obviously you guys are projects like you are the projects that are going to have the biggest hand in a next wave of flood of investors coming into crypto. Guys that don't want to go through the steps A, B, C, D, E. They just want to go A to B. Boom. You guys are going to be the paradigm shifting projects that kind of are the catalysts in making that happen. So I would ignore the noise, keep building, doing what you're doing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And honestly, you guys are building a really cool ecosystem. I do see a hand up here. A community question. Before I call on the hand, tell me really quick about your NFT marketplace plans, and tell me about the Genesis launch. What were the floor prices of those NFTs? What are the prices now? Just a quick high level breakdown.
Yeah. So our NFT marketplace, again, the idea cross-chain, so people will be able to list, their NFTs from the different chains into one big market kind of thing. So more exposure, more fees for the people selling it rather than for the platform, because our ecosystem isn't relying on the fees that just this platform generates, and a few other things that the main marketplaces don't currently have. I'm not going to say the exact features on the call, but it's these little things that they haven't done. Other let's say third parties have tried to integrate it, but it's, again, you have to buy here, then you have to go here. Too much. People don't need that, especially someone new coming in. They're not going to know that there's another third party tool that you can use to do X. Bring it in here and let's have it inside. So again, simplicity, easy to find, easy to use, and it'll be, again, directly available when you download our application. So everything that we build, like in the future, we have our people already available. You know what I mean? Like, when people download an app and you have an update, and then they're going to browse, they're going to see, they're going to basically shill it in some sense. But hey, did you check out the new thing that Sphynx released? Or did you see the new tool that's on Sphynx? Here, this app, boom. With our NFTs, so we've had 2 releases. So we had a Ethereum release, which is the Genesis. So that was released, I think, in October. And we released our BSC Scions. So that comes into place with our Launchpad. So our Launchpad is like essentially 2 things. We have more premium IDOs. So we've got our first one coming up, which is Photo. So how that works is we basically buy our way in to get supply. We basically allow the community to get access to it, because it's like a few that are selected that basically win these allocations. So if you hold 2 of these Scion NFTs, then you automatically whitelisted to these premium IDOs. But the other advantage that these NFTs give you is each NFT gives you whitelists to our actual just pre-sales. So normal pre-sales that you would have, these NFTs would give you whitelists to these projects automatically. You don't have to, reach out to this project and be like, hey, how do I get a whitelist or whatnot? Just by holding an NFT, you'll be automatically whitelisted. So we have our photo coming up, and later this week we're going to announce our second allocation that we'll be hosting. So this one is it's a different type of project, but our allocation that we got was much larger, so we can give it to more people. But the project is massive. Like they've got massive investors already. Their application is pretty surreal what they've actually put together. And well, the thing is, what we're trying to do for, let's say, the people that come onto our platform is to expose them to, more. That's why we call it more premium projects, because these projects actually go through the whole motion. It's not just a fork contract, deploy it on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, and then plan after you launch because you had a successful launch with a bit of marketing wallet. These guys have actually built everything, got massive fundings already, and ready to like take over, kind of thing. So we'll be bringing more and more projects like these onto our platform, and to get access to these, essentially that's where the NFTs come into place. So like I said, photos coming up on the 18th this month, and we plan to have the other one 1 week after the second allocation project. So that's two things I've announced today: the second allocation, and the fact that our mobile wallet and our application is basically going out to testing tomorrow.
That's very exciting stuff, man. I bet the community members really appreciate those shout outs. Sayed Rahmat had a question from our audience. Sayed, you are unmuted, man. Go for it.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you. So first of all, I really appreciate you guys for putting your hard work in developing this amazing project. Thank you for that. So I want to know that on your website it's mentioned about Sphynx TV. So I want to know that can you give us some detail about it?
Yeah. So with that, it's imagine NFTs, imagine YouTube, imagine Twitch, but all together on the blockchain. Something like that.
Okay, got it. On your website, it's also mentioned, you also mentioned about lottery tax. There are no lottery tax. So I want to know that what will be the price of these lottery tickets, and is there any maximum buy limit on the number of the tickets one can buy?
Yeah, so it's 20 per wallet, and there are 500 Sphynx tokens per ticket.
Got it. So one more thing. So you have partnered up with Certec projects. So you will only launch the projects which have been audited by Certec. So how did you come up with this partnership with Certec? It's a really great thing.
So it's not just projects with Certec, but it's more so if you do have a Certec audit, we would basically help promote it further. We would go the extra leg, because when we originally started, we had our contract audited with Certec before we launched. But during that whole process, it was just, they saw what we're trying to build, and they just wanted to basically help us during the journey. So all the smart contracts that we build, like for the bridge, for everything, it goes through them before we, deploy it. And that was kind of like one of the key things. And it just came back from just my background, being an audit risk. A lot of the stuff that, they would normally need to, I would say, explain the stuff. I was pushing more. I was just not challenging them, but questioning things like, why do you do things this way? And I think just from that engagement, they saw like I'm quite detail orientated in what's going on, and we just kept communication. And then when we came up with the whole Launchpad, they basically just, when I suggested it, that I suggested the whole gold tier being with Certec, and they were more than happy to do so.
It's really, really amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys, that was the only question from the audience. If there's anything I haven't asked that you would like to talk about, feel free to give us a quick recap, man.
Honestly, because there's so much going on. Sorry.
Question, Lonzo. We know we are
Yeah.
being in a different group together, so
How are you, man?
I'm good, man, bro. It's good to see you again here. Anytime when Dizzle puts out something, I of course have to show up. Right? He's gonna kill me otherwise.
My
Yeah, I
man.
love it.
So, a quick question for you. I'm kind of got curious about the wallet thing you were talking about. Now, is your wallet kind of like Atomic Wallet, where you actually have, all chains in, and you don't have to swap network? So typically, you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, you just it's how Atomic work,
Like,
or Exodus
yeah,
work together.
essentially, yeah, man. So the whole idea is simplicity. Like, me as someone new, I don't want to be so overwhelmed. I just want to put my money and take it out. I don't want to be configuring. I don't want to be adding. I don't want to be jumping around these different tabs, different applications, just
Right.
to make one. And then most people in the beginning they're putting in like $50, $100, but for the whole process, it's really for them. If they do it wrong once, then they're not coming back. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just these little errors that people
Right.
should prominently make as an early investor. Eliminate it, so then their experience using the platform is good, and that's all that matters. Like, the reason why people don't change from this platform, even if I said this is this better, but if you're comfortable with it, the chances are converting is not likely. So we're not targeting people that are just in this space. So to get people from not in this space, we looked at why are they not in this space, and it's really that it's the onboarding.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, the migration is a big problem for people, especially looking at the, people have to move from XYZ chain, and then you figure out which is a bridge, and the bridge has enough liquidity or not, and it's a pain.
Do you have taxes? Do you have
that's
that
another
token
one.
to
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
imagine the one that you have to get from BSC to Matic before exchanges started working. I mean, you have to wait for the Polygon bridge, and then you need Ethereum on top of it to do that. I mean, if you were not even tech savvy, you're screwed. I mean, you pay like what, $60 to $80 just to have the entire thing transferred. So that was disastrous for a lot of people.
And then how many times do people say
non-custodial as well?
Sorry?
Is the wallet like custodial wallet or non-custodial wallet?
So custodial.
Custodial. And do we have a fail-safe, or there's no fail-safe at all? Like, let's suppose anything happens, you're dead, you're screwed. How's that thing?
It's basically done, man. Like, it's on the blockchain. Like, it is what
No.
it
I
is.
mean, there are options in a way that, let's suppose a person forgets password, forgets everything, and he gets locked out. Is there any way the person can get a reset code for them to at least do something on their own thing? I mean, is there any way for a person to revive their account, or it's like gone?
So from the wallet extension, it's not too possible, but from the mobile application, we will. So, like, if you create a wallet through the mobile app, there will be a way. But if it's a wallet extension, then there's not much, because you're not creating an account.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's no like
You just
email,
create
there's
a
no
key,
number,
basically.
nothing. Yeah, like it's just stamped on the blockchain.
Exactly. Just, your wallet is basically a key. It's nothing else. Your coins are never in your wallet. Now, where you swipe, getting this transaction done, is it like, where is the swap is actually happening? Like, if somebody wants to do swapping with him, or is there's nothing like that?
No. So when the swap will be integrated to basically our DAB. So it'll be integrated to what we connect it to. So either our router or the Pancake router, but it would just detect where you're selecting to swap.
Gotcha.
So if there's liquidity, let's say on Sphynx, then it will just
Right.
trade on Sphynx. If it's on PancakeSwap or Uniswap or whatever, then it will just swap it directly from there.
Oh, nice, good. Well, I will have more questions, but I'll let other people speak. We'll get back together with that. Thank you, guys. Thank you again, and great work, Noah. And thanks a lot.
Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we are at the end of the AMA. I really appreciate you all being here. Very cool product, very knowledgeable team. You guys are trying to do some big things, and the proof seems to be in the pudding. Wish you all the best, and I hope you guys come back for another AMA in the future when you guys have taken over the DeFi 2.0 space and beyond.
Love it, bro. Thanks for having us, man. I'm sure we'll stay in touch. Appreciate everyone here, man.